Chapter 9, Mishnah 2. This Mishnah discusses someone who concludes his Nazirus and then found out that he had become Tameh from a corpse while he was Nazir. If a Nazir finished his Nazirus, brought his offerings, and shaved his head, and then it became known to him that he had become Tameh while he was a Nazir, the law is as follows. If the source of the Tumah was one that people could have known about, it causes him to forfeit all the days he observed, and he must start his Nazirus over again. But if the source was a Tumah of the deep, i.e. a source of Tumah that nobody knew about, such as a body that, unknown to anyone, was trapped under a pile of rubble, it does not cause him to forfeit the days he observed, and he does not have to start his Nazirus over again. The rule we just learned applies where he did not become aware of his Tumah until after he shaved. The Mishnah now gives the law for the case where he discovered his Tumah before he shaved. However, if he found out about the Tumah before he shaved his head, then whether it was a known Tumah or whether it was a Tumah of the deep, it causes him to forfeit his Nazirus and start over again. The Mishnah illustrates and elaborates this law. How so? If he went down into a cave while he was a Nazir to immerse in a mikveh, and an olive's volume of a corpse was later found floating at the entrance to the cave, and we do not know whether he touched it or not, he is Tameh. Even if he does not find out about the corpse's flesh until after he finished his Nazirus and shaved, he must start his Nazirus over again, because the object that made him Tameh was in the open, and people could have known about it. But if a corpse was found sunken in the floor of the cave and nobody knew it was there, it is considered a Tumah of the deep. If the Nazir does not find out about this until after he shaved, the law is as follows. If he had gone down into the cave in order to cool off in the water, he is Tahor, i.e., he does not have to repeat his Nazirus because it is a Tumah of the deep, as the Mishnah stated earlier. However, if he had gone down into the cave because he was Tameh from a corpse and he needed to become Tahor from Tumah of the dead by immersing in the mikveh, he is Tameh, i.e., he must repeat his Nazirus, even though it is a Tumah of the deep. This is because it is assumed that someone who is already Tameh remains Tameh, and that someone who is Tahor remains Tahor. Because the matter has legs to stand on, that is, because it is logical to assume that the Halacha l'Moshe Sinai about Tumah of the deep was said only in regard to someone who was Tahor at the time, not in regard to someone who was already Tameh from a corpse and trying to become Tahor from it.